Okay, let's take a live look at the Pacifica Pier and a beach hazard warning this evening. Dangerous sneak waves are back in the Bay Area. The National Weather Service says the alert will last through 7 tomorrow evening along the coast. And those alerts are especially necessary when it's this nice right now.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people headed down to the beach.
Temperatures kind of getting everybody in that mode of thinking. And of course, anybody who's a surf enthusiast, as soon as those alerts come out, they're like, oh, well, that's the call for us to go down and get in the water. You just got to be careful. Respect the ocean. Again, the beach hazard statement goes until 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. This is going to be in effect all day tomorrow. Those swells at about 8 to 10 feet. You got to watch out for the sneaker waves and rip currents and just respect the ocean. Here's what we expect otherwise. What you need to know as we get closer and closer to the weekend, we're halfway there. It's going to be breezy in the hills tonight, especially in the North Bay Mountains. We'll check out those hour-by-hour gusts in just a second. Staying on the warmer side as we head through the rest of the work week, and inland even as we head into the beginning of President's Day weekend. But we are going to turn cooler across the entire Bay Area as we progress through the holiday weekend. Unfortunately, that cooler air is not going to be accompanied by any moisture. The 7-day forecast remains dry. Let's check out the wind gusts as we head through this evening and into tonight. In general, they're going to be backing off a little bit. The exception to that is going to be in the higher elevations of the North Bay. Some 35 to 40-mile-an-hour gusts are going to be possible, especially in Napa and Solano counties. But those winds are going to calm down after the sun comes up tomorrow morning. The gustiest winds are going to be overnight, and by tomorrow afternoon, the strongest gusts on the map are going to be mostly in the 5 to 10-mile-an-hour range. Nothing to worry about there, with calm winds continuing Friday and Saturday. In terms of the fire danger, we rank that on our fire danger index from 0 to 10. Those numbers are up to around 4 or 5 today, but with those gusty winds tonight, gusty offshore, dry winds, we're going to see values in the 5 to 7 range in the higher elevations of the North Bay overnight into the pre-sunrise hours of Thursday morning. But once the winds die down, all these numbers back down to where they should be in the month of February, between about 0 and 2. The fire threat is going to be lower, but it's not going to be 0. Sizable wildfire broke out in the High Sierra today near Bishop, California, spreading to over 2,000 acres. So even in the higher elevations where supposedly the fire threat's supposed to be lower this time of year, it's always fire season. Let's take a look at the pollen count. The pollen has been stirred up by the winds over the past couple of days. And now with calmer winds in the forecast over the next couple days and into the weekend, all that stuff is going to settle back down into the lowest levels of the atmosphere. So in the medium-high category all the way through the first 2 days of the 3-day weekend, it's alder, birch, and juniper is the top 3. Nice look out from the top of Mount Diablo. The camera's shaking around a little bit. Still some higher gusts at the higher elevations. Temperatures are mostly in the 60s, anywhere from 61 degrees in San Francisco downtown to the warm spot of 71 degrees right now in Santa Rosa. You were the warm spot across the entire region today, climbing up into the mid-70s. But all our temperatures are going to back down mostly to the 40s by early tomorrow morning. The very chilliest spots dipping down to the upper 30s. The warmest spots around the bay and along the coast in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. And then temperatures are going to warm up. Even spots along the coast and around the bay that were a little cooler today, you're going to be about 4, 5, 6 degrees above average tomorrow. Well into the 60s when we're supposed to be barely into the 60s for those high temperatures in February. We'll zoom in for a closer look. Even along the coast, the offshore winds aren't going to be as strong tomorrow, but they're still going to be offshore, pushing the marine influence a little ways off the coast, so temperatures there reach the mid-60s. Upper 60s around the south end of the bay and into the Santa Clara Valley, close to 70 degrees in San Jose, but falling just short. Upper 60s for inland parts of the East Bay, everybody between 66 and 69 degrees. Temperatures around the bay, mid-60s in San Francisco, mostly upper 60s for Oakland and the East Bay, and mostly upper 60s as you head farther inland in the North Bay. 170-degree forecast high temperature for tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be northern Napa County, topping out around 70 degrees in St. Helena. Similar temperatures on the way Friday. Areas around the bay and along the coast are going to back off a little bit on Saturday. Then everybody cools off Sunday and Monday with cooler, even slightly below average temperatures settling in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday across the entire Bay Area. Courtesy of a storm system, it's going to bring us some stronger onshore winds. But like the last couple, it's not going to bring us anything more than some passing clouds. Nothing falling out of those clouds. I've said it before with these previous storm systems. It's not technically a 0% chance of rain, but it's 10, 15%, and even that might be upward rounding just a little bit. No, you definitely want to bet the under on any rain amounts over the next several days.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
The dry stretch continues.
All right, Paul, thank you.